Um, what would you say is it like to build a high growth startup?
When we first started off, we were like, okay, well, we had no skills with respect to building product or fundraising. Yeah, these things we picked up over time, but we kind of deluded ourselves into believing that like you hit a certain milestone and things get easier, right? And so like initially it's product market fit and making sure that like people you find a nugget of value, people pay you for it, you can start to compound on top of that, and then hey, you've got to build the scaffolding. Like you raise more money and you're like, oh wow, I have lots of money in a bank account, and it doesn't really matter because like you still have so far to go. And now you start to build the scaffolding to really productize something and start to scale it out. And the skill shifts, right? Like I think the one common thread through all of it as a founder, specifically a CEO, is just like you realize you're a salesperson at the end of the day, right? Like you're selling in the initial stages, you're selling early stage investors, you're selling early stage employees on a vision. Eventually you've got some more data, you've got some more capital to build like this organization, which is fundamentally what your job starts to become, to hire senior talent, to continue to raise a set of vision and product strategy in conjunction with other product folks on your team. um, it changes. It just gets harder, right? I think the thing that folks who are just trying to raise their first round are like, hey man, I raised this $1 million or $2 million, $3 million, and I'm kind of on easy street. It is not the case. It gets 10x harder every single step, and it's because your skill set and you as a founder are either going to scale up into these new required skill sets, or you're going to scale out. And either is an okay consequence, right? Like either is an okay path. There are lots of founders that don't and are like, I'm very content being a builder of things rather than a manager of managers, right? Or rather than a high end technical recruiter for very senior technical talent, or a very high end business recruiter for other for ops people and things like that. So it's forced adaptation. It just continues and it just gets harder, right?